Hello everybody, welcome back to Home in Kentucky. It's been a while since I updated you, so I wanted to come on and share some really exciting news, and I also wanted to tell you a little bit about how our homeschool journey is going so far, just the honest truth of it all. So here I am, and we have experienced our first full week of official homeschool. We started on July 16th. Now before that, we actually did a couple of weeks of practice where I just casually let them do some of their curriculum because I was really excited to get started, and plus I wanted to see if there was anything that I might need to change before we really got things going. And I'm glad I did it that way because there were things that we needed to change. So I'm here to talk a little bit about that, some things that I'm loving, some things that still aren't going wonderful, and then tell you about this awesome project that I've started. So the first thing is that during our practice time with it, we realized that the language arts curriculum I chose was not gonna work. I chose The Good and the Beautiful. You can see more about my curriculum choices on a video here on this channel, and it didn't work. It did not fit with my kids. I don't know why. It is a wonderful curriculum. I would still sing its praises, but even in that short amount of time where we were just casually kind of playing with it, they weren't responding well to it, and me teaching them such technical concepts, it wasn't going as smoothly as I hoped. So when I took a step back and looked at what was really working was my son's math curriculum. He was doing the BJU Press distance learning math, and that's where they have a teacher and you watch a short video and they teach you a new concept, they do part of the worksheet with you, and then the second part of the worksheet and the tests and things are done with your parents. And he was really doing well with that, and he still is. The manipulatives are awesome, the videos are engaging, and I really like having some of the pressure taken off of me as well. And so Everly was doing teaching textbooks for math, which she loves, and we plan on continue doing in a different way, which I'll share later in a different video. But I wanted to put her into his math after seeing how he was performing and retaining the information. So that was the first switch, and the second switch was switching off of language arts from The Good and the Beautiful to both of them being put on to BJU Press's distance learning for reading, phonics, etc. And so to do that, I contacted Cynda Moore, I think her name is. She's a homeworks consultant, I think they call them, and she got me a really good deal on the curriculum, and I went ahead and switched over. And because we had started early and done the practicing, I was able to switch and have the curriculum in by July 16th, our real start date. So I'm so grateful that it worked out that way. And it has been a wonderful change. I'll do a review on our curriculum in a different video, so subscribe if you want to see that. That being said, we also changed spaces. So when I first started, I thought that we would do everything in the kitchen. I thought this would be easiest to do it at the kitchen table because I have an open floor plan. I can see them from pretty much everywhere on the lower level, and I thought it would be nice just to have them all kind of right there doing stuff. What I found is that this did not work very well. For one, my 3.5-year-old was kind of zooming around and annoying them and kind of trying to push buttons, and it was distracting. And for two, we were like spilling things on books and having to clean up the table over and over again, like switch out for eating and switch it back for homeschool, and I didn't like that. It was too much like silly work all day long. So I moved us to the formal dining room, which I know a lot of homeschoolers do already, and I probably should have just taken a hint from them, and it has been much better. We have more space to spread out, and they have the 2 windows that look out over, like across the street from us is basically all just trees. It's really pretty, and so it's been peaceful and really nice to move into there. That was another change we made. Another thing we did in just this week, we figured this out in just a week. I have to meal plan, you guys. I have never been a meal planner. I kind of loathe stuff like meal planning and grocery hauls, and it's not for me, or at least I didn't think so, because I like to be spontaneous and have surprises, and I don't like to be chained down to something. It's just not my personality. So that being said, I was realizing really quick that with as much as they eat right now, and with as much brain power as I'm having to put different places now that I'm homeschooling, it's really important that that work is done for me. And so I went ahead and printed out a calendar that I got from Confessions of a Homeschooler. I'll post a link below. And I changed a lot of it, but it gave me the basic format that I needed, so I was really grateful she shared that. It's a great printable. And I just went ahead and planned breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. I'm not gonna stick to it super strict, but I think it's really important for us to have that right now because it's gonna take a little bit of guesswork and prep time out for me. We'll try it. We'll see how it goes. So far, it actually went really well. I liked having something to just look at and reference and quickly put something together versus sitting there and thinking, what did they eat yesterday? What's healthy that would change things up today or whatever. Then structure versus non-structure. I don't know how structured we're gonna be. The first week was weird. Like, I played around with following a pretty exact schedule, and then I played around with letting them set their schedule as far as when they take breaks during the curriculum and stuff. And they kind of want to power through things. They want to finish quickly. I don't know how well that's going to work for them. And part of me wants to be like, well, that's their learning style, so I should encourage it and go with it. But then the other part of me is worried that it might be a little bit too much and they might be rushing through it and not really getting anything out of it just because they want to be done. So I haven't figured that out yet. You can see my schedule video. We're not following that to a T right now, but it's more ideal than anything, and I wanted it kind of as just a framework for what our days might look like, but I don't know what they're gonna look like yet. We need a couple more weeks to see how this all goes down. Now, some things that I'm enjoying before I tell you about a project I'm working on. I'm really enjoying Story of the World. So we started this, and my kids are not huge on being read to. They are both really strong readers, and I think sometimes they just kind of want to read it themselves, but I think that there's been real value in this so far, and the passages are really short. So it teaches history. If you don't know about this, it teaches history chronologically in really short stories, for lack of a better word, and there's an activity book that goes along with it to kind of glue everything into their brain. And then there's also did I say that? Yeah, there's an activity book, but there's also a list of resources of books you can get from the library that go along, which we've really liked. I'm loving this, like more than them probably. So that's been something that's been great. Another thing is when we change language arts curriculums, I wanted something different than BJU Press for spelling, and I chose this, the Evan-Moor Spelling Skills. I got it off Amazon. They use this in public and private schools, a lot of them already. It's a 5-day kind of structured spelling curriculum. I love this. My kids love this. You can see this is for 5th grade. I moved my 3rd grader up 2 levels and my 1st grader up 1 level. I think these words are kind of easy. I think they are maybe a grade level behind. I don't know, for some kids, maybe I don't have any idea really, but that's what I did for my kids. It's working out. They like it and I like it. And then this, BJU Press, the book links. You guys, so these came with our language arts curriculum, and it's a folder. I think I got 6 of these. And the inside of the folder has activities. The outside of it has activities. It comes with a book. This one's called Buttercup Hill, and it is so sweet and wonderful. I read this book on my own, and my heart was like warm forever. And then it comes with this lessons and reproducibles book as well, and this has things to color, activities, and basically a lesson by lesson planned out curriculum to use with the book you're reading. I cannot wait to start these. The books they chose are so wonderful, and all the activities in the curriculum, I can't wait to dig into it. I'm telling you, I'm so excited about this, and I plan on probably doing some videos when we start these, because it just seems like really peaceful, wonderful ways to introduce your kids to great literature. And that is something we got from The Good and the Beautiful, which we're still using their science curriculum as well. But one thing that I really took away from the language arts is to go through my children's books and update their bookshelves and get rid of some of their junk reading that really glorifies bad behavior, like making fun of your parents, making fun of your teachers. I don't want that stuff in their hearts right now when they're little. And I know that there's some merit for books that don't. Every book doesn't have to teach a lesson, and every book doesn't have to be some powerful experience. Even I read books that are just for fun, and I get that. But I think there are plenty of books out there just for fun that do not encourage bad behavior. And so The Good and the Beautiful has a book list on their website. I highly recommend you check it out. It has been pretty transformative for me as a parent to have my eyes open to some of the things they were exposed to in library at public school, and I just had no idea that these books were bad. I didn't even really read through them. I just trusted if they were bestsellers that they were fine. And some of the content and some of the language is just shocking for young kids and very entitled. So I'm so grateful for her book list, and I'm so grateful for her curriculum. Even though it didn't work out for us, I passed it on to another family in Utah, and if you're watching this, I hope you're really enjoying it, and I can't wait to continue using their science unit. We're starting with the human body this week. All right, that being said, that's your update on how homeschool is going for us. Oops, I'm shaking the camera, sorry. I wanted to announce one last thing, and that is a project that I'm working on. You guys, I'm so nervous to talk about this, and hopefully, maybe I'll talk more about it if you're interested. But the big news is that I have started writing a book. It is a fiction book, and I want to tell you a little bit more about it, but I'm not quite ready. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. And my daughter actually inspired me to go ahead and get started. She is writing all of the time. She's constantly making little books and showing them to me, and just believing in herself that she has a story to tell. And so I wanted to show her that she can do whatever she puts her mind to, and there's no better way to show her that than by doing it myself. And so we are just, there's a lot going on. We're homeschooling, I'm writing a book now, I'm still very active in real estate, and life is a little bit crazy, but I like it that way because we only have one life to live, and I think you should just squeeze everything out of it you possibly can. So let me know if you'd like to see more videos about me writing the process. It's so much different than I thought it was. I'm only a few chapters into the book, and I'm already kind of taking a pause to look at my outlining process again and some of the major events that take place. So I'd love to share more about that if you're interested. Other than that, thank you for watching and joining me here. Please let me know what you think about everything in the comments, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and then I see you here next time. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on, I think after you subscribe, you press the little bell so you turn on notifications, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.